Most people who start fighting quit before they ever have a real fight. You won't. That's the only thing that separates you at the beginning. Not talent, not genetics, not your pain tolerance or your athleticism or how hard you hit. Just the willingness to keep showing up to a place where people are actively trying to hurt you. That's level 1. It doesn't sound like much. It costs more than you think. Level 1, the beginner. You find the gym through a Google search. It's in a strip mall between a laundromat and a tax office. The sign on the door is peeling. You walk in and it smells like rubber mats and dried sweat and something underneath that you can't name but will come to associate with effort. A coach points you toward the changing room. You change. You walk out onto the mat in shoes you'll be told to remove. You don't know how to fall yet. That's the first thing they teach you. How to hit the ground without breaking. You come 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You pay $80 a month. You drive 25 minutes each way. For the first 6 weeks, you get submitted every single round by people who have been doing this for 2 years. A woman who weighs 130 pounds chokes you unconscious on a Tuesday and apologizes afterward. You tell her not to worry about it. You drive home with a headache. You come back Friday. You don't tell people at work what you're doing. Not at first. It feels too new, too fragile, like saying it out loud might break it. You buy a mouthguard at a drugstore. You buy hand wraps from Amazon. You watch YouTube tutorials at night in bed. You drill the same armbar entry 40 times in a row until your shoulder aches and your partner stops making eye contact with you because you've become slightly obsessive and everyone in the gym can see it. 6 months in, the coach pulls you aside. He says you're ready for your first amateur fight. He says it like it's nothing. Your stomach drops 3 floors. Level 2. The amateur. Your first fight is in a community center in a town you've never heard of. The cage is borrowed. The referee is a volunteer. There are maybe 80 people in the crowd, and half of them came for someone else. You weigh in the morning before. You're 2 pounds over. You don't eat or drink anything, and you sit in a dry sauna for 40 minutes, and you make weight, and you feel hollow and slightly insane. You win by rear naked choke in the second round. You don't feel what you expected to feel. You feel tired. You feel relieved. You feel a specific quiet that you've never felt before, like every frequency in your brain went silent for exactly 3 seconds. Then the noise comes back and someone is raising your hand, and you look out at those 80 people, and you think this is it. This is the thing. You fight 7 more times over the next 2 years. You win 5, you lose 2. The losses are educational in a way the wins aren't. The first loss you replay in your head every night for a month. The second loss you replay for 3 days, and then you put it away and go back to the gym. That's the difference. That's what the 2 years taught you. You're not getting paid. You're spending money, entry fees, travel, cornermen, new gear. Your amateur career costs you roughly $4,000 out of pocket. You don't tell anyone that number. Level 3, the regional circuit. You turn professional. Your first pro fight pays $500 to show and $500 to win. You win. You make $1,000. After corner fees and travel, you clear about $340. You don't do the math until you're home. You fight on regional promotions across 3 states. Cage Wars. Titan FC Undercard, a show called Battle at the Boat on a casino boat in Louisiana. You go wherever they'll have you. You build your record slowly, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. You learn things at this level that the gym can't teach you. You learn what your body does under real pressure, not sparring pressure, real pressure. When the man across from you has also spent 2 years working toward this moment, and he is trying to take it from you specifically. Your coach starts sending your footage to managers. Most don't respond. One does. He's based in Las Vegas. He takes 15%. He starts getting you better fights, bigger shows, opponents with names people recognize in the regional scene. You fight a guy with a 12-2 record. You lose a split decision. You don't sleep for 2 nights. Then you fight again 6 weeks later and finish your opponent in the first round, and the manager calls the next morning and says, Dana White's Contender Series is interested. You sit with that information for a long time before you tell anyone. Level 4. The Contender Series. You get the call on a Wednesday. You fight in 8 weeks. Your opponent is from Brazil. He's 9-1. He's been training at a top facility in São Paulo for 3 years. His striking coach was an Olympic boxer. You watch his footage every day. You find the pattern. You build a game plan around it. You run every morning at 5 a.m. You are in the gym by 8. You do 2 sessions a day, 6 days a week. You lose 12 pounds in 8 weeks, and you feel sharp and hollow and slightly dangerous. The fight is at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. You walk out in front of cameras for the first time. Real cameras, production cameras, the kind that broadcast to people sitting in their living rooms in 14 countries. The cage feels the same. The mat smells the same. The man across from you is trying to take the same thing he's always trying to take. You remind yourself you know how to do this. You have done this. You finish him in the second round with ground and pound, and you stand up and look at the camera, and you don't know what your face is doing. Dana White walks into the cage. He shakes your hand. He says you're in. 2 words. You're in. You nod like you expected it. You didn't expect it. You've been expecting it for 3 years, and it still hits you somewhere you weren't ready. Level 5. The UFC. Your debut is on a fight night card in Vegas. You're third on the preliminary card. You make $12,000 to show and $12,000 to win. After taxes, after management, after training camp costs, you clear about $9,000. Your rent is $1,400 a month. You don't think about the math. You win your debut. Then you win again. Then you lose to a top 15 opponent, and the internet spends 3 days explaining why you were never real. You read some of it. You stop reading it. You go back to the gym. You fight again. You win. You win again. Your ranking climbs. 8 in the division, then 6, then 4. Your name appears on cards higher and higher. Co-main, main card. People recognize you in airports now. That's new. You don't know what to do with it, so you do nothing. Your body is keeping a record you aren't. Every fight costs something physical that doesn't fully come back. A shoulder that clicks now. A knee that swells after hard sparring. Headaches on Tuesday mornings that you don't mention to your coach. You are 28 years old, and you move some mornings like you are older than that. You don't say this out loud. Nobody at this level says it out loud. Level 6. The champion, the title fight is announced on a Tuesday. You see your name on the graphic and you take a screenshot, and you don't post it anywhere. You just look at it. Alone in your apartment at 7 a.m. with coffee you haven't touched. Your name, the belt, the date. Camp is 16 weeks. It is the hardest 16 weeks of your life, and you have had hard weeks. You move into the facility. You see your family twice. You dream about the fight. You dream about losing the fight. You wake up and go to the gym. You do it again. You do it again. Fight night. You walk out last. The arena is loud in a way that has a physical weight to it. You feel it in your chest. You look across the cage. He is also the best version of himself tonight. You both know only one of you gets to leave with it. 5 rounds. You win by decision. 3 judges. Unanimous. They put the belt around your waist and you stand in the middle of the octagon, and the noise is enormous, and somewhere inside all of it, you are completely silent. You think about the strip mall gym, the woman who choked you unconscious, the $340 you cleared on your first pro fight, the footage you watched in bed on your phone at midnight. All of it led here. All of it was this. You are the champion. You have about 18 months before someone takes it from you. You don't know that yet. Right now, you just stand there. Belt around your waist, hands raised. The crowd so loud you can't hear yourself think. That's fine. You've been doing this without thinking for a long time.